So here I am back, and I am here to address your comments and your questions because last night, I made a post asking what was the last essential oil recommendation that you saw that made you go, huh? So here I am live to read some of those comments and go through some of them and either answer your question on is this safe or not? Is this really okay? Like, what's up with this? And of course, as always, address the safety involved in these concerning things that you guys are seeing. And maybe some of what you are seeing is totally fine. So we will look into that. So let me go ahead and here I am. Perfect. So I just want to get my other screen up so that I can see all of your comments as I am going through this. So I am going to start from the very beginning. And sorry, let me make sure my mic is right near my mouth so you guys can hear me well. I feel like I'm eating it, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. Feel like you're eating it. I'm going to start from the very first comment, and we will see how many of these that I can get through in about 30 minutes. We shall see. So I'm going to try to read some of these without naming brands or specific blend names or anything, and just so that we are all clear here, I am not anti-MLM. I am anti-unsafe information. So I don't care who says what. If it's not safe, it's not safe, okay? And that is where my loyalty lies, is with safety and making sure that you guys know how to use essential oils safely, right? Thank you, Heather. Thank you for loving my mermaid hair. It's so fun. It's something that was been on my bucket list for a long time, and I just went, you know what? Let's do it. So the first comment is from Paula, and her recommendation that made her go, what? Is a comment that says they only use a therapeutic grade / clinical grade / certified grade and other marketing terms. And then Paula goes on to say there is no grading system for essential oils. Gets me every time I see it. So Paula's actually correct. There's no governing body that says I approve of these essential oils, not even the FDA. And I'm sure this will also come up. So let me just go right ahead. Thank you, Erin, for loving my hair. I appreciate that. Let me just go ahead and address the whole FDA thing right up front. So there are things that you will hear online like, well, my company has FDA approved essential oils. No, what they are is they are in FDA compliance. So they are in compliance with the FDA as far as their labeling goes. The FDA, and you can call them yourself to verify this information, the FDA does not approve or disapprove of the contents of the bottles of essential oils. Their concern is what you are saying on the labels. So you can't say this will cure this will, help with this disease or anything. They're very, very clear on what kind of wording that they will and will not allow. Okay. I probably should be recording this as a podcast, shouldn't I? I probably should have done it with the other ones as well, but that's okay. I only thought of that right now. So the FDA does not care about that. So there is no therapeutic grade. There's no clinical grade. There's no certified grade. There's no grading. There's no third party that grades the essential oils. It's the company themselves that are saying, their trademark slogans of what their own company is calling their stuff, their grade, their therapeutic stuff, whatever that they're using is a trademark, and that is something that they are using for marketing purposes. So by definition, all essential oils are therapeutic, okay? So I sure hope they're therapeutic grade. I sure hope they're therapeutic. All essential oils are therapeutic. So for those of you who are new to our group, some of you may not understand my stance on things, so this is where you are going to learn exactly where I stand, okay? I am not with any company. I don't, push a brand or anything else. I'm all about the essential oils themselves and the safety. So we are liable, unfortunately, to lose some people who are with a brand and that's all they care about, and they're not willing to listen to the reality of what aromatherapists who really don't care about brands have to say about the quality and all of that. So thank you, Paula, for your comment. That is something that is also frustrating me when I see it, because there are no grades. There's just no grades. Kristen is commenting about the raindrop technique. So this is something that is pretty much specific to a certain company, but other companies can incorporate the same basic concept as well. So this is a technique which generally uses several, like usually at least 10 or more, either individual essential oils or blends, and they are dropped directly onto the skin, generally on the spine for whatever reason. They are dropped directly onto the skin without dilution and left there for a period of time. Let me just click in on these images. I literally have not pre-scanned, pre-seen any of this stuff. So Kristen has included a picture which shows a mom saying, who else does this with their kids? Who else has colored pencils scattered on the floor? I mean, you can see all this. This is right in the group here that Kristen posted. And it looks like she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different singles and blends of essential oils. I think I'm seeing wintergreen, eucalyptus. It's hard to tell exactly all what I'm seeing here. And then some sort of, I don't know if it's a carrier per se, because it's something ease and it's in a pump bottle, so I'm assuming it's not just a plain carrier. So this concerns me especially because if you want to do this to yourself or have this done to you, that's one thing. You are an adult and you can make that kind of decision. But when you're doing this to your children, that's scary to me, because a lot of these essential oils, for one thing, no fully grown healthy adult should even have this done. Okay, let's just start there. The essential oils used are generally ones that have the most concerning safety issues, that need to be diluted well, that aren't safe during pregnancy or breastfeeding, if you're on medication, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of concerns. And if you want to know even just some of the concerns with just wintergreen, or even oregano, I'm going to actually show you. So this is my essential oil profiles book, and in it I have the top 60 essential oil profiles, and I'm going to flip right to wintergreen right now and show you some of the concerns with wintergreen essential oil. And this is just wintergreen, okay? This is just wintergreen. So first we have the safety on this side, and then we have the therapeutic properties and the benefits when used properly on this side. So you can see right here that wintergreen essential oil is safe for ages 10 plus, not recommended during a pregnancy or breastfeeding because it has the ability to cause malformations to a baby growing. It might be okay during breastfeeding. It's not something I'm willing to risk personally. Not recommended around dogs or cats. Has a 2.4% dilution. Keep in mind, these are essential oils that are not diluted at all and that are applied directly to the skin. And never use if taking aspirin, have bleeding disorders before and after surgery. As it is anticoagulant, it inhibits blood clotting if you have salicylate sensitivity, ADD, ADHD, and drug interactions. Even if you are using aspirin, and especially blood thinners, do not use internally, or if you have GERD. And this is just wintergreen, okay? This is just one essential oil out of all of those essential oils that I spotted on there. Eucalyptus is not recommended to use under the age of 10 because of breathing issues. So there are people using this technique, this therapy, on themselves and also on their children, and it is something that I absolutely do not recommend. Even, like I said, a fully grown healthy adult, which may be able to tolerate it better than, yes, a small child that has thinner skin and they're more sensitive to even aromas than a fully grown adult. But that's where it gets me most, is when essential oils are not used safely with children, because we're their mummies. They're going to want to do what we want. They're going to be excited about it, and they're not going to have any idea. And what you guys are doing as parents, those of you who are participating in this, you are setting your kids up for sensitization. You are pretty much going to guarantee, if you keep doing this, that they are not even going to be able to use essential oils topically, or maybe even smell them at some point. If you were starting them from birth and they're, several years old, and they're getting older, at some point they are going to severely react in a very obvious negative way if you are not going to pick up on those subtle signs, and you are not even going to be able to diffuse an essential oil in your home, is how sensitive that they can end up being. Okay. And that is not a scare tactic. That is reality. That is, something that is extremely likely to happen if this continues. So please be very careful. Okay. The point of companies that sell essential oils is to sell essential oils, and they are going to come up with as many ways as they possibly can to get you to purchase and use essential oils as often as you can. If you used essential oils safely, your EO budget does not need to be very large. If you use essential oils how some of these companies recommend that you use essential oils, you are going to be spending a lot of money every single month. You are going to be wasting essential oils, and you are going to be putting yourself and your family at risk for adverse reactions. Maybe not right away, but at some point, and it's just not worth it. Okay? You don't need to use this many essential oils as often. It's just crazy amount of essential oils some people use, and the amount of bottles people go through every single month, and the amount of money people spend. I hear people spending $200-$300 or more every single month for personal use. It's not necessary. I don't use that. I might spend, on average, maybe $10 or $15 a month on average. Now, I spent a lot at first to get my supply, but the upkeep, I use lemon essential oil a lot for cleaning, and stuff, but probably on average $15 a month, I would say. I don't know. It might be more than that. It might be 20. I'm not sure, but I literally do not buy essential oils every month. Okay. And that is me. That is my thing. So I'm just telling you, it's possible to not spend a couple $100 every single month on essential oils. It's just not necessary. And there's another comment on here too, a screenshot. So yes, that technique is a specific sequence of essential oils applied to the spine, typically with a specific method. The oils in the sequence were selected for their particular properties. Some are hot, so we use a fatty carrier to apply. No, essential oils aren't technically hot. They're irritants. It focuses on the spine, but you can do it on your feet too. Disease clusters around the spine. Really? Okay. Remarkable results reported by recipients and practitioners. Okay, so that is one person's opinion. And Bronwyn's like, this made me laugh that somebody would actually believe that, but then it made me a little scared that someone is proposing to put hot oils on their child and that many oils at once. Sarah's saying, someone told her to do this technique to her twins every day because they are getting sick. That's a lot of oils, yes. So again, the preface for all of this is, what essential oil recommendations, what is the last recommendation that you saw that made you concerned, frustrated, upset, freaked out? Paula's comment is, essential oils are natural, so they can't harm you. Yes, I've heard this as well. Essential oils are natural, so they can't harm you. And what I like to say is, well, arsenic is natural. It can kill you. Even water is wonderful for you. But you can have too much and it can kill you. You can drown in it. There was a woman who did this radio show thing where she was trying to consume a gallon in 2 minutes or whatever. She literally exploded her stomach and died because she consumed too much water in a short amount of time to win a free pizza or something. I don't know what it was. So yeah, the whole theory, it's natural, so it can't harm you, doesn't hold water, pun intended. Camden saying, so is mercury. Mercury is natural. Just because it is natural doesn't mean it's safe. And Paula's like, exactly. That was the point I was making. Exactly. Emma's comment is that everything one particular MLM frustrates her. or allowing kids to massage using oils, neat, wintergreen in pregnancy, recipes, etc. The list is long. There are certain companies, MLM or not, that do have a history of making very unsafe recommendations. It's unfortunately not limited to MLMs, and there are some MLMs who actually have safe information. Yeah, wintergreen is not recommended during pregnancy, as I just showed you in my book. And Stephanie's comment is people adding essential oils to food instead of using actual herbs and spices. Yes, Stephanie. So that is frustrating as well for me because, as you know, for those of you who have actually heard my podcast, if you haven't yet, the one on ingesting is using eossafely.com/004. If somebody can type that in for me, that would be awesome. And that is a podcast. You can listen to it right on my website. You can also find it on iTunes. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts, you will find my podcast. And it is cryptically called Using Essential Oils Safely. So you might have a hard time finding it. But that was my last podcast that I'm kind of overdoing doing podcasts, aren't I? That was just a few weeks ago. And what I recommended is there are some things that you can use. There are some essential oils that you can ingest for specific reasons. There are 2 specific essential oils that I am wholeheartedly behind ingesting for 2 specific reasons and in a specific way. And you can find that information out again on using eossafely.com/004. If somebody could type that in for me, that would be awesome. Ashley is asking what my book is called. This book is called Essential Oil Profiles, and it includes a safety information, drug interactions, all of that stuff for the top 60 most popular essential oils. And then I also have bonus sections on diluting, and there's charts in there, carriers, children, pregnancy, breastfeeding, dogs, and cats. And you can find this on eopbook.com. If somebody could add that link in the comments as well, that would be really awesome if you could do that for me. Let me read some of your other comments. Let's see. Connie is saying a lot of MLM recommendations, a specific blend for growing pains, and I cringe every time I see that. You know what? Honestly, I actually had a family member who tried that blend, and it was not very successful. I know that means absolutely nothing, but the point is, when I looked into the essential oils used, there are essential oils that I would actually add to that blend way before the essential oils that they were using. I think they just added them all because they were blue, and it's extremely expensive for a 5 ml bottle, let me tell you. Sarah's saying, I'm not really understanding what that comment is. Sherry's saying, hi. Lori's saying, is there an expiration time on essential oils? So if you go to using eossafely.com/003, that is my podcast on shelf life. And yes, everything has a shelf life. I have a shelf life. Maybe not a shelf life. We all expire at some point, right? Okay. We all have an expectancy, and essential oils are no different. And there are different shelf lives expected depending on the essential oil. They're not all the same, just like food. Some expire, some have a longer expiration date than others. So you can find that information on that podcast. Or if you'd like to go to our post, you can go to using eossafely.com/shelf life, and you can read all about it there. There's a huge list of information on how long essential oils can last. Connie's like, I spend more on essential oil books than oils. Guilty. Absolutely guilty. Know better, do better. Yes, absolutely. Dana just had to school a consultant who was diffusing a blend with cinnamon bark and eucalyptus in my local gymnastics center around children under 10, children under 6, infants, nursing and pregnant mothers, and not using the cycling timer. Not to mention cinnamon bark is anticoagulant. So if anybody's on blood thinners, if anybody's taking aspirin, if anybody just came from the dentist, if anybody's just about to go to the dentist, yeah, it could be an issue. Lori, no way you have the same hair color as me. I want to see a picture. Twinsies. Chelsea is interested in essential oils for migraines. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's just look, and Cassandra as well is interested. Essential oils for migraines. Dana is saying essential oil safety is so critical. Megan wants to know where she can get the book. eopbook.com. Yeah, child and wintergreen's not okay. Savannah saying, hi Leah, thanks for all you do to inform and educate us. You are very welcome. It's my passion, clearly. Connie, I'm all about safety no matter the brand. Awesome. So thank you so much for those of you who added the link. I appreciate that so much. Oh, I see. Okay, so Sarah's saying it was the reason the lady died from water poisoning. It just, her stomach just could only hold so much, and then it ripped. You know, isn't it horrible to think about? I mean, it's just so horrible. Why do people do things like that? Rachel's saying, the recommendations you make, how do you come across this information science? So this all goes back to Essential Oil Safety by Robert Tisserand and Rodney Young. It's a compilation of more than 4,000 different citations. So there are quotes from medical journals and all that. There's over 4,000 citations backing up the science and the safety behind essential oils and who should use it and who shouldn't, and what topical maxes are and all of that. So that is where I get my information from. And it's literally right here underneath my microphone where I have my River Tree Life box, and then I have Essential Oil Safety under that to kind of prop this up a little bit. Otherwise, I would show you. But that is where I got my information, as well as I am a certified clinical aromatherapist. I've had more than 400 hours of schooling through AromaHead Institute, and I've also taken, at this point, I think I have taken every course that Robert Tisserand has offered. So he has some advanced courses that I've also taken. So I'm a research addict. Essential oils are my passion, and I just cannot stop learning. So that is where I get my information from. I love your hair. Thank you so much. I have not tried Lunar Tides. This is Joico. And my daughter did it, and she's amazing. Megan, do you have any favorite brands or any sites research you use for choosing my oils? So my information on brands, and yes, I will get to the migraine recipe in a moment. My information on brands can be found at usingeossafely.com/brands, and you can find my opinion on brands. And if you want to know how I got my opinion, on that same page there are links to my how to tell page. And that's actually my second podcast, using eossafely.com/001. And by the way, my first podcast tells all about me and how I came to be doing what I'm doing, and that's /001. /002 is all about choosing essential oils, like how to tell if a company is worth choosing from based on the information on their website. Third podcast is about shelf life. Fourth podcast is about ingesting. So my favorite essential oil books, Susie, mine are not mine. So there are book recommendations right here in this group. If you go to the photo album, you can find there are several books that I recommend. The one I mentioned, Essential Oil Safety by Tisserand and Young, is absolutely amazing. Absolutely love that. This is my book, Essential Oil Profiles. I use this. I honestly use this. I have an app version of this as well as an ebook version. I access my app all the time as well to look up information. A lot of this I do have memorized, yes, but there are certain specifics that I don't have memorized, such as botanical names or sometimes shelf life. So I do use this. I do. Do you see how the corners get a little bent in it? Yes, I use that. But I have to tell you guys, and this is where the migraine recipe comes in. I have to tell you guys, some of you guys have seen this. This is now my absolute favorite book. This is the literal only copy that exists right now. I just got this from my publisher. This is the Essential Oil Blending Student Textbook, and I'm going to show you my migraine recipe from this book, even though this is for students only. So this is super exciting because my first class of essential oil blending class students, we just finished at the end of December, and they have the ebooks and all of the beautiful PDFs. And this is the print version. So I have gone over this and I've made all of the edits necessary, and I will be ordering for all of the students in our April class. I will be ordering everybody that enrolls before March 1st will actually get one of these books. These are for students only. It's the only way you can get it. So if you go to eoblendingclass.com, you can enroll. And if you enroll before March 1st, you get the VIP package, which is a $647 value, including this book, which retails for $127. You get this included. This is free. This is included with everybody that enrolls, but only until March 1st. So let's get to the recipe, because this is absolutely, I'm so proud. This took so much work, and my students know this. You guys helped me look for typos. You're like, Leah, there's this typo here. This should be bold. It's not bold. What about this? And we went over this thing and over this thing and over this thing. I think literally that was my January. That literally was my January. And I worked my freaking butt off. Okay, off. So this is, I just cannot, I know it's mine, and of course I'm going to say it's great. I'm telling you guys, it's just so awesome, and my students agree. It's absolutely magnificent, absolutely magnificent. I'm going to show you exactly why. So let's go to the limbic section. So first of all, if you notice this cover, you see this cover? This shows all of the 9 body systems that we cover in the blending class. So each week we focus on one of the systems. So we have a circulatory system, and we have, you can see all of this on eoblendingclass.com. So let's just get right to the migraines. So the migraines is in the limbic section for headache and migraine. No, it's not. It's in the nervous section. Sorry about that, guys. Had a brain fart there for a second. So let's go to the nervous section. So if you notice, you see the colors are also on the binding, on the end here. Do you see that? So as you are flipping through, you actually have that color coded right on the side. Do you see this? Do you see all of this? So when you thumb through it, so it's just like the essential oil profiles book when you thumb through it and you see the essential oils on the side. I know, I'm just super clever like that. Okay, all right. So nervous section. Sorry, I'm just so excited about this. And I'm going to show you, this is exclusive material, okay, guys? This is exclusive material. And you can only get this if you are a student. And I'm going to actually show you this right now. I'm going to actually give this to you right now because it's so awesome and I want to share this with you. So here's the nervous section. The first one is headache and migraine. Okay, headache and migraine right on the side. So I'm going to actually, I want to make sure that you guys are seeing this. We kind of got off, didn't we? We kind of got off. We're going to get back to that other thing. But I'm answering your questions. You guys are here live, so I'm going to answer you guys live. So right here at the top, see, I needed that thing bold, and so you have my little handwritten note in here. So right at the top, I tell you what to use. So the therapeutic properties, which can benefit headache and migraine, are listed right here. We have anti-inflammatory, also known as antiphlogistic, which reduces inflammation. And then we have calming for the nervous system, because headaches and migraine have to do with the nervous system, which both work to reduce the feeling of pain. So I'm telling you right here the therapeutic properties that you want to look for in, the essential oils that have these therapeutic properties that you need. Okay, so at this point, I could have let you go on over to our therapeutic properties of essential oils app and click on anti-inflammatory and then look at all of the essential oils there. Then I could have had you look at those essential oils and then look them up over here in this book and look at the safety. But you know what I'm thinking? That's a lot of steps. So instead what I'm going to do, I'm going to dump it all right here for you. Okay? I'm going to dump it all right here. So here you have anti-inflammatory essential oils listed all right here. Listed all right here. Listed all right here. And continued over here. And if you've noticed, I don't just list the essential oils. I am giving you the safety information too. So as you are looking through this list going, oh, I have that one. Okay, I've got that one. That's anti-inflammatory. Okay, great. I have this one. I don't have this one. Oh, I'm pregnant. Can't use this one. You're going through and you're checking the safety. And mark this up, guys. Pencil it up, pen it up, whatever you want. I also have a section for notes in the back, so you can make your own recipe right here in the back. But I'm getting to the recipe. I have all of the safety right there, so you don't have to go anywhere. You can just have this one book and get everything you need. So all of the safety is right here. Do you see that? You have the botanical name, which is, of course, very important. You have any topical maxes. You have exactly who it's safe for. You have exactly who it's not safe for. And then next, I have the calming essential oils. Now, I'm not repeating the safety on the essential oils that were previously listed as anti-inflammatory. Okay, so you have the safety information for the calming essential oils as well. Now, if that wasn't amazing enough, So I've given you the essential oils that you need that have those therapeutic properties that are going to help you for headache and migraine. So Kimberly, this is the Essential Oil Blending Student Textbook, which is part of the eoblendingclass.com, and we are currently open for enrollment, and you get this book free, ships anywhere in the world, until until March 1st. VIP is free with any enrollment, and it's a $647 deal, guys. So it's absolutely insane. You can get this free shipped anywhere, okay? So if it wasn't so awesome that I gave you all of those essential oils and all of the safety, like that is freaking awesome, right? Now guess what we have? We have a whole entire how to use section. Yes. So I tell you exactly how to use the essential oils. So let me go ahead and read this. So there's two application methods that are appropriate for headaches and migraine. We have inhalation, which I tell you right here, try this first. Inhalation, try this first, and topical. You can enroll at eoblendingclass.com. And for inhalation, I'm going to read this. Inhalation, when to inhale for occasional headache or migraine. If you have chronic headaches, chronic migraines, please see a professional. Okay, essential oils are wonderful tools, but if you have chronic issues, there's going to be something bigger going on. The best tools for inhalation, personal inhaler. I'm reading right from here. I say this is what you want to go to first. A diffuser necklace, and you can also diffuse. Keep in mind that some headaches, especially migraines, can get worse with exposure or lengthy exposure to aromas. Then I give you this information right here. So we have personal inhaler, diffuser necklace, and diffuser. Those are the things that I just recommended, right? So I tell you right here, drops to add, 15. How much to inhale? 1 to 3 deep inhalations per session. How often to inhale? As needed. Diffuser necklace, drops to add, 1 or 2. How long to inhale? Can be worn all day. And diffuser, drops to add, 5 to 10, depending on diffuser type. How long to diffuse? 10 minutes on, 20 minutes off. How often to run diffuser? As needed. And how close to be to the diffuser in the same room. Now, topical use. So we have, inhalation and topical use. Now, some of these remedies, there's, by the way, 119 recipes for, I think it's 86 remedies in the 9 body systems. Some of these are inhalation only. Some are topical only. And headache happens to be one where try inhalation first, and if that doesn't work, topical use might work for you. So I am now going to read you the topical section. All of this information is in here, guys. It's super easy for you to use. When to apply topically for occasional headache or migraine that also throbs when touched or when inhaling won't cut it. Best tools for topical use, roller bottle. Where to apply? On the throbbing area. How much to apply? 5 to 20% dilution depending on severity. And guess what? I'm even letting you know, what's a 5 to 20% dilution? Well, let me tell you, 30 to 120 drops of essential oil per ounce of carrier, 5 to 10 drops of essential oil per 5 ml carrier. So if you have a 5 ml roller bottle, 5 to 20 drops, depending on what dilution that you need. And I always suggest you start with a lower dilution because you can always work up. You can always add more. Carrier oils. Now, would you be interested to know exactly the carrier oils or the carriers that I recommend for headache and migraine? Let's see. Trauma and arnica are ideal, but any carrier will work. Arnica lotion is also an option, and I'm seeing right here, I should actually say trauma oil and arnica oil. So I'm going to actually do this because I thought last night I did all the edits and I go live. This is what happens when I go live sometimes. I'm like, OMG, there's an error. So it's not like an error per se, but it's something that I want to make sure that I tweak because, trauma oil is, okay, headache and migraine. Okay. I just want to make sure that you guys understand. I want it to be perfectly clear. How often to apply? As needed. And of course, I have my disclaimer: if adverse reactions occur, irritation, redness, itching, etc., discontinue use. Now for the recipes. Are you guys ready for the recipes? So for those of you just jumping in, I've given you the therapeutic properties that you need. I've told you what they were. I've listed all of the essential oils that have those therapeutic properties for you. I've included all of the safety, who it's safe for, who it's not safe for, topical use, all that awesome stuff. I just went through how to use inhalation, how to use topically. Now we're going to get to the recipes. So for inhalation, so these are the inhalation recipes. I have two personal inhaler recipes for you. So my personal inhaler for headache and migraine number 1 is: to a personal inhaler, add 10 drops of bergamot essential oil and 5 drops of basil linalool chemotype essential oil. This is safe for all ages, pregnancy, breastfeeding, dogs, not safe for cats. My second recipe that you can see here, personal inhaler for headache and migraine number 2, to a personal inhaler, add 8 drops of peppermint essential oil and 7 drops of frankincense essential oil. Safe for ages 6+ years, safe for pregnancy, not safe for under age 6 years breastfeeding because it may cause reduced milk supply in some women. This is because of the peppermint. Not safe for dogs or cats. Not safe if have G6PD deficiency or cardiac fibrillation. Now, for under age 6 years, instead of peppermint, you can totally replace with spearmint, and that's exactly what I have here. So I have right here exactly what you can replace it with if you want to. Keep in mind, you guys want alternates and substitutions. You have those like 3 or 4 pages of essential oils, and I've just plucked a couple of those and I put them right here for you. So although it's a blending class and you will learn how to make your own custom blends safe for your entire family, I'm throwing recipes right at you that are safe and effective as well. So if you don't really want to learn per se, you can just go with exactly what I'm giving you if that's what you want. Now, I do have 2 recipes because one is not safe for some people, but the other one is safe for everybody. Okay. And now I have 3 recipes for you for topical use. Now, the reason why there's 3, it's 1A, 1B, 1C, because where I recommended the 5 to 20% dilution, right, in a roller bottle, right? So I am giving you right here, I am showing you the 5, 10, and 20% dilutions right here. So I've done the math for you, okay? So the first one is for the 5% dilution and a 10 ml roller bottle. You are going to add the following drops of essential oils, then fill to the shoulder with 2 teaspoons of carrier. Got it? So for the 5% dilution, this is what I have. 4 drops of cedarwood atlas essential oil, 3 drops of frankincense essential oil, and 3 drops of lavender, either Bulgarian and or French essential oils. So it doesn't matter which lavender that you use. For a 10% dilution, you are going to double those essential oils. So it's going to be 866. For 20%, it's going to be 16, 12, 12. So it's cedarwood, frankincense, and lavender. Safe for all ages, safe for pregnancy, safe for breastfeeding, safe for dogs, not safe for cats. Now, what you can do for this 10 ml roller bottle, because some of you may be saying, what if I don't have the 10 mils? What if I have a 5 mil or a 20 mil, or what if I want to make an ounce? Okay, well, you can just do this. You can double the recipe, the essential oils, and the carrier to fill a 20 ml roller, or you can triple the recipe to make 1 ounce. So I've got your butt covered no matter what you want to do, no matter what essential oils you want to use, no matter what size roller bottle you want, I've got you covered here. So that, my friend, for those of you who were wondering about the headache and migraine recipe, there you go. It's right there. So I'm just so excited about this. I am so excited about this. So you guys want one? If you want to be part of the essential oil blending class, go to eoblendingclass.com and I will mail you one of these right here. And I'll even sign them, okay? I'm even going to sign them just like I do my essential oil profiles. So sign-ups for free VIP end on March 1st. So go ahead and check that out. I did make PayPal available. I did have a message from somebody who was wondering, I only had credit cards available for purchase into the class or enrollment. She's like, you know what? I like the PayPal, the no interest, the take 6 months to pay thing. So could you activate PayPal for me so I can pay via PayPal? And I'm like, sure, no problem. So she is enrolling in the class. She has enrolled in the class and she's doing it on PayPal. And she's taking the 6 months to pay thing, which I think comes out to like, I don't know how much per month, but pretty good deal if you ask me. Deshay's like, I love my signed essential oil profiles book. Lisa's like, love substitution lists. Yes, the spiral binding, Lisa, makes it easy to flip and read. Exactly, because look how thick this thing is. This is 316 pages. So you can lay it flat. Oh, and I didn't show you. Well, I kind of did, but then I kind of didn't. I didn't show you the part where you can, okay, I completely lost where I was on here. How could I have lost that? Because I was right there. Okay. There's a whole section on notes too. Now, some of the pages, the way that it worked out, you just have this one page. And this is at the end. So I have actually 2 pages for you to make notes here. And of course you can write all over it if you want, but there's going to be notes. And I have it where, just so you can see, I can't see my whole screen here. Let me see. To where, so this is for nerve pain. So I have nerve pain on both sides and I like them to be even. So there's never going to be a headache over here and a nerve over here. So it's nerve, nerve, and then it's nerve, nerve. We have nerve pain. And then we have nerve pain. And then I have a blank over here for you to do anything with. And then I start with sciatica. So I have plenty of room in here for you guys to make your own recipes if you want to tweak the ones that I've given you, which I'm telling you, they're the most safe and effective blends. And you saw there how I gave you more than one recipe for inhalation because, you know, sometimes there are essential oils that may not be safe for kids but are still pretty effective. So I've given you that option so that you can choose. There's always going to be a recipe safe for like everybody. Okay, you're always going to have that. Caitlin, thank you so much. You love my hair. Thank you so much. Vera's saying maybe you're adding too many drops through a diffuser necklace. You should only use 1 or 2 drops. Okay, so there is a comment here that everybody's replying. Okay, so Lisa's saying diffuser jewelry is too strong for me. I always end up taking them off. 1 drop is all I recommend. You can use 2 if you are sick, if you are like fighting a cold. 2 drops of an anti-germ blend or something, or anti-congest blend may actually be the best thing. But for emotional issues, 1 drop is usually all you need because it's right here. You know, it's close to your nose. All you need is 1. You can also dilute it if you are still struggling with 1 drop being too overwhelming. You can either apply the drop and just kind of let it sit there for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, let it absorb so it's not as strong, and or you can dilute it before putting it on the felt pad or on the lava bead. And doing it that way. But 1 drop should be okay without being too overwhelming. But, you know, everybody's different. Some people are more sensitive. But you can try other things. You can try a bracelet as well if that is something that you would also like to try instead. Okay. And if nothing works, that's fine. You know. But for most people, that's going to actually work. So let me see what other comments that I missed here. Megan, thank you. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Oh, hey, Megan. You are amazing. I've learned so much already. Thank you so much. Where can we enroll? Yeah, so that's eoblendingclass.com. Yes, it is an exclusive book for the class. It's only for students. And this is the only one because my publisher sent this to me ahead so I could look at it. And I've made a couple of tweaks, mostly formatting tweaks. And then I'm going to go ahead and submit my order based on how many of you enroll and based on my last students who they got a break because they were helping me go through this for the very first time. So they got an amazing enrollment deal. And they have all of the colorful PDFs for the book, though. And now they're finally able to get the book, the print book. So everybody's going to get theirs like just about at the same time. I'm going to order them all together based on how many the past students that have purchased all their books and then you guys, the new ones who enroll as well. Okay, so I think I grabbed all of your live questions. All right, and I love your questions. You guys are awesome. Okay, so another one here. We have, What is the difference between Rose Absolute and Rose Otto? So Rose Otto is usually an essential oil, and that is extremely expensive because it takes so many petals to make just an ounce of rose essential oil. And then you have Rose Absolute. And absolutes are when they take the flower petals, whether it's jasmine or rose or neroli, and you put them in an alcohol base product, and that is called an absolute. So it's not truly an essential oil. It's been kind of infused into this alcohol, and then it's drained off. And then you have this, aromatic alcohol-based substitute. And this is why generally a lot of the topical max dilutions for rose and jasmine are so low, because they're absolutes and they have that alcohol base, and they can be a little irritating to the skin. And side note, this is also why sometimes you will see in old books that absolute should not be used on women who are pregnant, just because, the alcohol in it, and then you're pregnant, and that's like this horrible, massively horrible thing. But you don't really have to worry that much in the modern absolutes, the way they process them. There's very little solvent. Solvent's the word I was trying to struggle with grabbing this whole time. It is an alcohol, but it's also a solvent based as well. Are these classes live or work at your own pace? So we have pre-recorded video lessons where I go through, just like I did for you guys with a headache and migraine. I literally go through the all of those pages, and I actually go through it more than I just did for you guys here. I go through all of those pages and just kind of go through everything for you, and you have the PDFs to download and print out and all of that. And for the VIPs and everybody who enrolls until March 1st, you get VIP automatically for free, which includes this book and includes me going live every single week. This is a 9-week class. There's 9 body systems. We focus on one body system each week, and I go live each week. Now, just by the way, when you enroll in this class, you actually also get my basics course, which generally goes for $197. I'm actually giving that to you because I want you to have that foundation where we are all on the same page. So if you are brand spanking new to essential oils, you are going to learn all about how to use essential oils topically, how to inhale them, where essential oils come from, all of those things. You are going to learn all of those things. So April 1st is when we actually start the basics course. So for those of you who have already taken it, you don't have to worry about it, or you can go over it again as a refresher. And April 29th is when we start the first lesson of this blending class right here. And it runs for 9 weeks after that. So we have 4 weeks of basics, 9 weeks of this one. So I'm with you guys for months. So you have me every single week for the 30 minutes to hour, however long you guys need me, to go over and answer all of your questions for that week. And it's an amazing experience. And the reason why I'm giving you guys VIP is I've noticed the difference in the students that just enroll in the regular course without splurging for VIP, and the ones who go for the VIP. They're like, oh my God, it was so worth it. I mean, the difference in the interaction, let me tell you, the regular non-VIP group is generally not that active, generally speaking. But the communication in the VIP group, guys, I mean, we're best friends. I mean, the communication is amazing. Like, there's questions all the time. You got me all the time. I'm live, so I'm able to answer any question. If there's something in those pre-recorded video lessons that isn't quite clear to you or you want elaboration on, you got me there. So I'm there to answer all of those questions. And yes, if you are not able to join us live, you can always re-watch the lives at your convenience. I have students literally all over the entire world, multiple dozens of countries that join in every single time. I only open this once a year. So by the way, if you don't join in for this round, you're not going to see me in this class until 2020, like summer. Literally, it's a once a year experience. And so you can watch those recordings, and you can type me a comment and say, well, I missed the live, but I have a question on this. Can you elaborate more? And I will absolutely do that. So you have me one-on-one, and it's an amazing experience. So VIP students, they're the ones, they graduate the quickest. Like, they're like right with me the whole way. They're keeping up every week, and they're graduating just like this right away. Like, they're keeping up with everything because I'm holding their hand. So I will be holding your hand every single week for that entire time. Whereas the ones who don't do VIP, it usually takes them longer. It takes them a bit to kind of catch up and get motivated and get in there. So, which makes sense, right? It kind of makes sense. So I hope you guys are able to get into VIP because it is totally, totally worth it. And it's a ton of fun for me. So let's see. What are my thoughts on direct inhalation straight from the bottle? Yes, excellent. So this is actually in the basics class as well. We do go over this. The problem with that is it's not so much that it's not a good idea for you to inhale from the bottle specifically. You are going to be breathing it in just like you would from anywhere else. The problem is how many times are you opening that bottle? And this goes back to shelf life that we talked about in the beginning. And I know you guys are jumping on and off, and I don't know if you caught that or not, Jenna. But essential oils do have a shelf life. And again, we go over this in detail in the class. So as the more times that you open your bottle, the more opportunity for those essential oil constituents to evaporate out of the bottle. So if you think about this, and this is kind of part of a lesson really, if you think about this, as soon as you open the cover to your essential oil bottle, right, you can smell it, right? You can smell the essential oil. That is because on a molecular level, those constituents that make up the essential oil, because it's made up of, peppermint has menthol in it, right? Eucalyptus has 1,8-cineol, lavender has linalool, and dozens or hundreds of other constituents, but those are ones you might recognize, specifically menthol. They're in that bottle, okay? And they have a molecular weight. So there's top notes, middle notes, and base notes. So when you open your essential oil bottle and you take a whiff, the first thing that's going to hit your nose are those top notes. And those are the ones that are generally the more protective essential oils in the blend and less irritant, okay? So if you are opening up that bottle every hour, every day, whatever that it is, the more frequently you open that bottle, the more chances that those top notes, they're the first ones out and they're going to escape. So let's just say you opened it and you left it open for 5 minutes every day for 4 months. By the end of that time, I'm just picking random numbers, okay? By the end of that time, what's in your bottle, there's not going to be many top notes left at that point, if any at all, and your middle notes are probably also mostly gone. Then you're stuck with mostly base notes. And the point is your essential oil is not going to be whole and complete at that point. It's not going to be made right. It's going to have oxidized, which is going to make it perform differently for you. It's not any longer going to be as therapeutic. Now, if you're using this on your skin, it's going to be more of an issue because it can then cause irritation and redness and all of that. But inhalation, it's not going to be as therapeutic. So the best thing to do is to open your essential oil bottle the one time, fill your personal inhaler, and then open that as many times as you need. Because when that starts smelling a little bit different, all you have to do is top it off with fresh and new essential oils, either singles or blends. And then you can keep those essential oil bottles closed tightly, preferably in the dark and preferably refrigerated, and that will increase its shelf life. So for more information on shelf life, you can go to usingeossafely.com/shelf life, as well as /003, and that is my shelf life podcast, basically. So I hope that answers your question, Jenna. It's not a matter of it's dangerous to inhale from the bottle. It's just you are going to shorten the shelf life of those essential oils. And, I don't know about you, but I kind of like my essential oils to last as long as they possibly can. And a lot of times you are going to be using up your essential oils before they even expire. And in my case, I buy lemon essential oil by so here's this. This is what I buy my lemon essential oil in, okay? And I know you guys can't see the brand because it's washed out. That's just fine because it's not about brands. So this is a very inexpensive, bought right off Amazon for like $10, lemon essential oil, and it's 4 ounces. And that's okay because I use this for cleaning. So the therapeutic properties that are used for cleaning, they're right in there. They're right in there. So I really don't care. It's a great essential oil, but I'm not worried is it organic or not because I'm wiping my counters with it and it's killing germs. I am more selective on essential oils that I apply to my skin though. Okay, I must say that. Jenna's like, definitely helpful. Thanks. You are very welcome. Connie is like, I love you, Leah. I love you, Connie. Thank you. So Valerie, you can find all the information for the class at eoblendingclass.com. It is currently $100 off and a free VIP upgrade until 3/1, until March 1st. And you can see all the awesome things that you are going to get included in this class. You get a bonus basics course for one thing, and then all of the other stuff. And you get this print book included because VIP is free for everybody at this point. And this, my gosh, if you did not see me go over that headache and migraines, you have to, when I'm done, go back and see it because that is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so we started off actually going through, I'm going to actually grab a couple of more things. If you guys that are here live have questions, throw them at me now because you guys are here live and you guys get the priority, okay? But we started off this by the post that I actually posted yesterday, last night, asking you what are some of the crazy things that you have seen as far as recommendations online that made you go, oh my gosh, this is not safe. What is up with this? Like, is this safe? So I was starting to go through, and I think I got to about 2 of them. Does that sound right to you guys? I think I got to about 2 of them, and there's like 135 comments, but you guys are so awesome. You guys are here right now. You're asking wonderful questions. So that is where I'm at. So I'm definitely going to have to use the information that you guys posted in the comments to go live tomorrow, to do little memes about. I'm thinking about doing a What the Heck Wednesday where I kind of show you guys, not exactly because I don't want to do brands. It's not about bashing brands. It's about bashing safety, right? I don't like to bash anybody really, but you know what I'm saying. It's all about the safety. It's doesn't matter what company, and kind of saying, okay, so I saw this thing. You guys, you tell me what's wrong with this. Maybe it should be called What's Wrong with This Wednesday. Right? We'll do it every Wednesday. And you guys tell me exactly what you think is wrong with the blend or the recommendation or whatever that it is. And we actually went through one on the public page before I came here in the group. I went on my Leah Jacobson CCA page, talked about a homemade lube with essential oils. So when this is done, go check that out. And then on our public page, same name, using essential oils safely, but it's our public page. This is the closed group. I went live and discussed a crazy blend. So do you guys have any more questions for me now? Otherwise, I will go ahead and address a couple more over here just for a few more minutes because I know this is long. And I want you guys to be able to watch all this. And I'm going on almost an hour now, which, you know what? I've gone 3 hours before, haven't I? I've been on here for 3 hours at a time before and 2 hours. It's crazy because I just love talking about essential oils. Surprise, surprise. Lisa, do you know anything about topical blends and ocean water? I heard salt water can make essential oil products more irritating. Well, here's the thing. It's not that it makes essential oils more irritating per se. It's the permeability of your skin. So when your skin is wet, essential oils are going to more easily kind of stick on and cling onto your skin. It has better penetration power that way as well, as it can be absorbed into your skin more quickly as well. Heat is another thing that can help the essential oils absorb into the skin. So salty water on your skin, so it's going to dry out your skin for one thing, and that can cause anything on dry skin can irritate it. So if you are using essential oils, especially if you aren't diluting them properly, and you are applying them either to wet skin or to salty, skin that's been splashed or soaked in salt water, that can make it a little bit more uncomfortable as well. So, sometimes it's actually a good thing. There are a couple of recipes in my blending book that actually do recommend wet skin, apply heat, wrap with saran wrap, plastic wrap, to help with the occlusion and help those essential oils not to evaporate and to stay on the skin. Because some of those essential oils, some of the constituents, I should say, in the essential oils, the molecular size is small enough to get absorbed into your skin. Some of them are too big and they lay on the top. Some of them make it through into your bloodstream, a small percentage. So it just depends. But yeah, that is very well possible, Lisa. Makes sense to me. Yes, Jessica, you do need the size of lemon essential oil. Absolutely. And you know what I do? This is what I do. So what I do with my lemon essential oil, you see this dropper bottle? I love it. Because what I do is I go around my house, especially like if somebody has a cold or whatever, I just want it to smell good. Because I'm lazy sometimes and I don't want to fill all my diffusers up. I will just sprinkle it all over my carpets. Just saying. I do that on my couch, on my carpets. It actually doesn't hurt it. Not that I've seen. So I just, a couple of sprinkles here in this room, couple of sprinkles in that room, and I'm good. In, out, smells like awesomeness. Love it. Jessica, I always see people saying to put essential oils on babies, but I thought it was not on babies until they are at least 2. Opinion. So, the thing with babies and essential oils, generally speaking, yes, we do recommend that you avoid using essential oils on children under the age of 2. And this is because of their skin. It's thinner, it's more readily absorbs things, they're more sensitive. And this even pertains to essential oils that are safe for kids. You want to usually avoid that. And I do have this information in the bonus section of my of my essential oil profiles book in the children's section. So I'm just going to show you right here really quickly so that I can explain. So we have carriers, we have children. Okay. So after the age of 6 months, you can diffuse. After the age of 2, you can start applying on the skin. After the age of 6, you can as well. Generally, I recommend hydrosols or herbal balms or salves. And that's what I recommend generally for that age group, if we're just going by age group. And that is because their immune system's, not fully developed. Their skin is thinner. The same applies to the elderly as well. Their skin is thinner too, so you want to be careful as well. Now, if the essential oils are safe for kids and you have a critical situation like they are stung by a bee, or even if they have itchy bug bites, I don't care if they're 6 months. Go ahead and put that on your baby, because the essential oils, the benefits outweigh the risk at that point. So if the essential oils are safe for kids and if it's something really severe, a hydrosol is probably not going to cut a bee sting where an essential oil blend will. So I have an amazing blend for that. And long story short, it's basically equal amounts of lavender essential oil and tea tree essential oil. So equal parts of that and then equal parts of carrier to that. So you have 100%, right? So you want 50% carrier, and then you want 25% lavender and 25% tea tree. That gives you a 50% dilution. Don't freak out. Yes, it's a high dilution, but in the case of bee stings, it's okay to use essential oils without diluting. It's an emergency. You grab your lavender, you grab your tea tree, you grab your helichrysum, and you throw it right on the sting, and it will immediately go away, or just almost immediately subside and go away. So you want to get those essential oils on there as soon as possible. Hopefully you are making up your roller bottle blend. And if you want the recipe specifically, you can go to usingeossafely.com/bug-bite-soother. And I have my roller bottle recipe right over there for free. I have other recipes over there for free as well. And you can hopefully make that up ahead. And then if you're in that situation, you just grab your roller bottle instead and you swipe it on. Now, the benefit to using a carrier rather than using it without dilution is the carrier is going to help that essential oil stay on the skin longer. In the case of a bug bite, you want that. You want those essential oils to stay there longer so that it can help. Now, my son, he came running in one day screaming. I thought his leg got cut off. He got stung 3 or 4 times by a wasp, 2 on his ear, 1 next to his ear. It was bad. It was really bad. And I grabbed my pre-diluted helichrysum. I don't have it right here because I brought it upstairs. My pre-diluted helichrysum. It's actually I'm going to drop a brand in here. It's actually the Oracacia helichrysum. It's a pre-diluted blend. You can grab it for like $12 on Amazon. You can find it using eossafely.com/heli, I think is what it is. But you can find it right on Amazon. It's Oracacia brand helichrysum. It's already diluted. They don't give you the exact dilution, but they say between 3 and 7%, which is great. So it's basically a 5% dilution. So between that and my bug bite soother, my roller bottle blend, I slathered that all over him. Okay. I didn't slather it all over. I rolled it on his ear and I put a couple of drops on his ear as well, where he was stung. And I'm like, this is really, really bad. I'm like, I'm expecting maybe 15 minutes. He'll finally kind of calm down. I am not joking. In 2 minutes flat, he was completely over it. Like, it was very quickly, it could have even been 1 minute. It was like so quickly, it was like he was done. I'm like, are you okay? Like, are you all right? Like, you were like screaming bloody murder and now you're okay. He's like, yeah, mom, that's good. Like, on your ear, got stung on his ear like 3 times. Like, how painful is that? So essential oils are great and they're powerful. So as far as babies, you have to weigh the pros and cons. I would never use an essential oil that's not safe for children on a child, no matter which age. And this book also has that information, the essential oils to avoid, as well as the essential oils that are safe. And of course, you can find that information in the individual profiles in the beginning of the book. But if you don't want to like flip every single page, because there's like 120 pages just on the 60 essential oils, you can flip to the bonus section in the back. And I give you the list right here. And I tell you exactly why, too. I tell you exactly why they're not recommended. And that, again, is eopbook.com. Thanks, guys, for tagging your friends. I really appreciate that. So yes, bee stings, things like burns, there are some really emergency situations where an herb is not going to help as much. A hydrosol is not going to help as much. So you just have to know, risk versus benefit, if it's something that is worth putting the essential oil on. And then sometimes